We have an Inside Star Citizen, and it is not technically about selling spaceships. This one might be, but it's actually titled Alpha 4.1.1 Mission Compossible. So yeah, it's actually 15 minutes long. It's not 4 minutes, and it might be good. We'll see. We might have a good one.
I like making missions because it's an intellectual challenge and it's a creative challenge. I like playing through the content and seeing things through a player's eyes and trying to craft an experience.
Do you think players like missions?
I hope players like missions.
I think players like missions way more than sandbox content. I think most players go to the missions first. I don't know if it's because they think that that's what they're supposed to do, but I feel like anytime a mission has been like a little bit OP, out of balance, or provided the best way to make money maybe for a player, they were all about it, right? Best example, cargo. I don't think people run commodity cargo anymore because the risk is there and there's no risk with the missions. But I think also the missions make it feel more like you're a trucker instead of like I'm buying the cargo and moving it and all that stuff. So I think the community is obsessed with missions because I feel like they log in and they don't know what to do because the game isn't built yet in a way that is like, all right, I'm building my base and then I'm going to go and I'm going to craft stuff and I'm going to sell it to these guys. Or, all right, I just got my new ship. I want to go take on the big Valacar or whatever and all of that stuff. And then next would be, all right, I want a PvP, so I'm going to go to the contested zones and make sure I get the best PvP gear. Like, we have some of that stuff. And yeah, it's just getting people to just like do that stuff on their own, but like missions, people love it.
In Alpha 4.1.1, we are going to be dropping about 60 new missions, and it's going to be...
I feel like the whole 60 new missions thing is so goofy because it's like a copy of the same one over and over again.
Be our biggest drop since 4.0. Let's start with our big headliner, Hunt the Polaris.
All right, like, so they're going to start with all the missions they're going to list, right? But it's going to be about 5 types, I think. It's going to be this one, the patrol, the ambush, the animal one, right? And then, yeah, multiply that by 12, and then you have 60. Exactly.
Hunt the Polaris is a mission where the Frontier fighters have stolen a UEE Polaris, which was bound for Invictus, and they're trying to escape with it and get it back to Pirate. Your job is to stop them.
We can't let them get away.
Has anyone tried to interdict the Polaris to prevent it from flying away? I think that was a hint on what to do. I haven't yet. But I think they just gave it away. D-Rack tried. Did it work? It didn't work. Oh my God. Why does the CIG video always lie?
In order to stop them, you are chasing them around Stanton. You have to search for them, you have to ambush them, you have to defend other ships from them as well as they continue on their path to Pyro.
When you encounter...
Dampen, not snare. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Like, if you are dampening it, you're within 20 kilometers of it, right? Or 6 or whatever. I forgot the range. It shouldn't be able to jump to the next mission spot. So, 12 now? Okay, yeah. It should not be able to do that. And they tried that and it did not work, right? Oh my God, that is so annoying. Because they always talk about like diegetic and in-world and all this goofy shit. And then, you know, you use an actual game mechanic and it doesn't work.
The Polaris, it won't be alone. It will...
To be fair, it would be too easy, but yeah.
We'll have some Frontier Fighter friends as backup.
Let's get the hell out of here.
What's really cool about this mission is you don't even have to do it alone.
The Polaris quantumed away.
The UE have sent their own guys as well, and there's a hammerhead that, if you keep alive, will help keep you alive too. I think it'll be a really good test of just how strong your friends are, and yourself too.
I think it's going to be a really good test of the mission system, because it's like 5 missions wrapped in one. It's to be very clear, I've done it one time to completion. When I killed a Polaris, it didn't complete, but like we got all the steps done, and it's really, really, really well done. Like I like the flow of it. The dialogue is cool, and that stuff. It is nice, but I think I would only ever do it once. It's one of those, like, if you wanted me to do it 6 times to get a reward, I don't think I would enjoy it as much. But if I was to do it once, go through the storyline, and it was part of like the quest line that they're kind of taking you down right now, I think it's really well done. But yeah.
Next, there are 12 different patrol contracts split between Headhunters and Foxwell.
Foxwell being the faction that gives you the legal version of these missions, and Headhunters will give you the illegal version.
Foxwell Enforcement, they've hit hard times,
Lars!
So their background checks and whoever they hire is a bit more
Lars got
loosey-goosey.
his fresh blue.
Headhunters are now operating for the first time in Stanton. The Headhunters want you to patrol an area of space that they consider their own and make sure their interests are allowed to operate safely.
The patrol missions in 411 are a little different than our standard missions. We wanted a mission that was not linear. You will go to a point throughout space, and it will randomly generate between our pool of current objectives. Currently, there's 4.
What? That's the ship that was in the video, by the way, that I was talking about. This isn't a new ship, or is it? It looks like a Valkyrie, no? This is the Asgard or whatever you guys have been typing in chat for like 6 months. It looks like a Valkyrie to me, but okay. The thing that I was going to say, and the reason that I paused, Valk thrusters are a level. I don't have one, so yeah. And I don't think the Valk has these little guys in the back, does it? But whatever. I don't know what it is. I don't care what it is. Keep it to yourself until we find out. But the patrol missions get really boring really fast because they don't have a big breadth of like current objectives, right? Super go frame by frame. Is that what you guys want? I'll pass. Look. I mean, yeah, the side doors look different, I guess. I don't know. Looks the same to me.
Objectives. Currently, there's 4 objectives that it can generate between. So
yeah, it's only 4 objectives. So that's what gets super boring. It's not as wide. Yeah, it doesn't look different because isn't there a turret on the top?
you'll go to point number 1. It will pick between one of those 4 objectives for you to complete. Once you complete it, it will send you to another point in space where it will generate another objective, and so on until you've completed 3 points.
Just add about 10 different versions, more, or 5 times or whatever. Yeah, this explains the Valk changes.
Scans are showing outlaws inbound.
Objective 1 is a traditional kill all the ships that appear. That doesn't really require any more explanation. Objective 2 is protect a ship that's under attack from the bad guys. Objective 3 is a new objective called Search and Destroy. And Objective 4 is what we're calling the empty objective.
Not seeing anything.
Where you show up and actually nothing happens. I have to say that so people don't think it's a bug.
Well,
Search and Destroy
the AI tells you nothing happens too, thank goodness. But
is a new objective that we've created. We wanted an objective that was less heavy on combat.
the player will go to the location and they'll receive a certain number of areas to discover. It's up to the player to go there and ping and scan with their ship scanners and discover what's going to happen. The player may discover friendly probe, that's one of the UEEs. You're just going there to make sure it's all operational.
Everything is in order?
Or you may discover that there's a hostile one. It's been hacked by another organization and you're there to destroy it.
Seems this satellite's been hacked by outlaws.
And maybe one day you'll have to like get out and repair it and
You're gonna
stuff.
have to take it out.
In some cases, if you destroy it, then the people who own the satellite won't be very happy with you, so they'll QT in and start attacking.
They're teasing ships like crazy. Did the Guardian have missiles on it or something? Because again, you guys can't fucking help yourselves. So the Guardian was there a Guardian there? I don't even remember. Where is it? Right here? What are we at right now in terms of time? 4:40?
And they'll receive
Is this it with like a bunch of missiles on
a
it?
certain number of areas to discover. It's up to the player to go there and ping and scan with their ship scanners and discover.
Yep.
Target destroyed.
We're hoping that if this mission goes over well, we can slowly add to that pool to make Patrol a sort of mission that will continue to expand upon until we have, say, 15 or 20 random objectives that
Yeah, that's what it needs. Also, this HUD, updated HUD as well, Mirai has its own HUD now. And it is purple and pink. Terrible React channel doesn't poop his pants over new ship. There's plenty of those in the community for you, so just go to literally any other channel and you'll find those. I think that looks pretty good. I like the color scheme.
can trigger. But really, we're
Yep, that's what the UI team worked on. They made purple and pink UIs instead of fixing your Moby Glass and your map. So love the priority.
only going to do that if you guys like it. So let us know how you feel.
I love the patrol missions. Please keep adding stuff to them. I don't know. Everybody list off like one type of patrol event that you would want to see. I would want to come across a salvage, like a wrecked ship that maybe there's something inside. That I would want something to get you out of your ship. Something that would make you want to EVA and look at it. That's what I want. I would want patrols on planets. Yeah. EVA FPS battle, that would be cool. Or joining a ship similar to like, not an 890 jump, but like the 890 jump mission where you have to get out and then go inside the ship and FPS battle somebody. I like that stuff. I think that would be cool.
Lucas Baransko, but my students call me Gilly.
I had a feeling they were hiding what he looked like, and it pisses me off that this is what he looks like. Ugh. Gilly had a helmet with the black thing. I was hoping for nostalgia there a little bit. So he had the helmet on and everything. Gilly's, for people who don't know and you haven't been here that long, there was a tutorial a long time ago. Gilly was the guy who did the tutorial, and he was in a combat suit with a helmet that was like blacked out. I think Maniac from like Wing Commander games. So it was like kind of like an homage to that. So I'm kind of annoyed that it's just some random fucking waxy looking NPC. It looks like a wax
Lucas
model.
Baransko, but my students call me Gilly.
Longtime players might remember Gilly from the tutorial from way back in the day. Gilly is a very experienced combat veteran. It was really good to have him in the game the first time round.
Gilly also appears in 3 new Invictus training exercises where you'll be able to be shown what a patrol mission could be like.
Prepare to engage.
This is not a tutorial, but it is a series of increasingly difficult combat scenarios.
Do you think they continue to say it's not a tutorial because they plan on actually doing a tutorial? I imagine it is.
These 3 missions are so that the player can feel like they're part
like
of the
placeholder.
UE, so that they can get a taste of what it's like to be part of the organization that protects Stanton.
Congrats on completing another part of your course.
These are just here while the Invictus event is on to add a little bit more flavor.
There are
So those missions are only there while Invictus is here to add a little bit more flavor. The only feedback I would give is every free fly, those missions should become available. Right? Every free fly, I would just make those missions available because I think that they would probably be helpful for somebody. That'd be the only thing I would change.
also now 12 new ambush contracts, also split between Foxwell and Headhunters.
An ambush mission is where you lie in wait for your target to appear before striking them fast and hard.
So it's a mission for...
No, for tactical mastermind.
For pussies, yeah.
So Foxwell is giving these ambush missions because
That's our boy
they are
Lars.
being paid by outside contractors to take down dangerous individuals around the Stanton and Pyro systems, which are causing trouble for their clients. And Handhunters, well, they just ambush anyone. They want stuff.
When you get to the ambush location, you will be asked to hide inside a new high emission zone.
Which means that the enemy can't detect you when they jump in. So first there's a wave of scouts that shows up, and they're going to scan for their valuable transport to arrive on time. And since they don't detect you, they give the all clear. The target arrives, and that's the moment you jump out
Do we hear the voice lines where they give the all clear? I feel like I don't remember hearing that.
of the high emission zone, which will make you appear on radar, but it's too late for them to escape, and that's when you take down the cargo hauler. I'm really excited about these missions because the high mission zones will unlock further options for anyone to make really cool missions, both PvE and PvP related.
I talked to Lars about this stuff, and he obviously doesn't tell me anything, but I just said to him, it was like the idea that these high emission zones exist. I am dying for these to be like sandboxy elements of like, hey, this asteroid belt that this ship is in, these asteroids are making it high emissions on the cross-section side, right? And that instead of it being like to make really cool missions, it would just be like this shit existing would make really cool experiences or challenges or rewarding things. Oh, it would be so cool.
Many of these new missions,
Like mining in a mining belt, maybe it's a challenge for the PK to find you a little bit if that one's like really high emissions. But it's also difficult for the miner to find, like, you know, the rocks they're looking for or something. Hopefully there's some give and take and you're not just hiding from everybody, right?
have a chance to...
Like they could see your laser from a mile away. Is this the military helmet that Wicklow wants? I'm pretty sure it is, right? The one that's on Ace Pilots? Is this it? I'm like 99% sure it is.
to spawn an Ace pilot.
Okay, he's mentioning Ace.
Is extremely dangerous.
They are either aligned with the Headhunters or the UEE. You won't always know when they're going to arrive. So they will always be a sort of rogue variable inside those missions that you'll have to deal with.
Talking about their skill levels.
Oh yeah, their skills crank. I can't crank it any harder.
Are they? Okay, I couldn't tell. But what's funny, I was gonna say, I don't ever want to talk about people like the way they look or the way they sound, or because you never know who's sensitive. But I've seen him on camera a million times. Like he's done ISC before, but just hearing his voice without seeing the character, I thought he was like a 70-year-old man, like super gray hair, talking about, you know, the days when he made video games on a napkin or something, you know.
The skill,
and then it was like this young guy.
And if you are lucky enough to be able to take him out, you can loot his corpse and he will have some considerable amount of guild script on him.
No.
These script are in-game items that you can pick up and collect. You are getting one script for the council and one script for the mercenary guild. And you can use them as currency for collector missions. He really, really wants these guild script.
Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of things that you can use favor for, basically, and script, I think.
Part of Invictus, we are adding our very first ones as a kind of scavenger hunt around the halls. We're also giving them away as mission rewards for the new combat missions. So there will be even more ways to get those new collector ships. Oh, there's also new collector ships this patch, but I don't know what they are.
I do.
It was in the month report. So it's like Star Lancer Max, Zeus ES, Zeus CL. What else, chat? The Firebird, the other one, the racing one. Couple others. So there's some new ones. Some that I'm really excited for. Was the Raft one? Intrepid, yeah, Intrepid. And it's weird. Apparently it's just the skin on the ship and then all the components come up with it. So,
of course, it wouldn't be Invictus without visiting the Invictus halls.
This year's Invictus Launch Week returns to Area 18. As you're in the shuttle and approaching the Battle Convention Center, you get met with the new slogan.
Brother, where's base building? Every time I see him and hear his voice, I think back to this base building demo that looked so far along, and
This year's Invictus.
He's the base building guy for me.
As you walk out of the shuttle, we walk into the lobby and we take the elevator down. We get met with the beautiful hologram of the mighty Idris itself. As we're walking further into the halls, you'll be able to find all the new ships.
Brother, we've been to Invictus 700 times!
For this year's Invictus. We can see that this year's Invictus looks a little bit different than what we're used to. This year Invictus will not feature different daily layouts, but instead has a better, well-crafted layout for the entire duration.
That armor was so ugly, dude. Holy shit.
Of Invictus. We can see that.
Imagine dying to a guy with that armor on. Just quit. Just sell your account.
There's extra care being taken in the presentation of the ships.
Now every stream sniper is going to wear that armor.
This really shows the might of the UE. At the entrance of the halls.
Okay, so this is, yeah, that is definitely a new version of the Guardian, right? Am I crazy? That's definitely the a new version of it. It looks new to me.
You can see the rental kiosks. This is where you'll this year be able to rent the various ships.
Wait, did it say it? Did I miss it? Oh yeah, Guardian MX. And then the MTC is next to me. Let me clear my my cam. That looks like an Ursa type rover. No, it's not because it's small. What the hell is that? What company is that from? And what does it do? Gray Cat? God, you guys know everything before it happens. Oh yeah, look at the text. The text looks very Gray Cat. Yeah. Gray Cat logo on the left. Duh, makes sense. Okay. All right. Fair enough. I am blind. I'm just looking at the vehicle. I wasn't looking around. The Guardian has 4 guns, not 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. And oh yeah, the other one has 2 size 5s. What is this? 4 size 3s or 4 size 4s maybe? Interesting. Okay.
At the entrance of the halls.
What is this even going to be? Gray Cat's pretty industrial, right? Like, what the fuck is this?
You can see the rental kiosks. This is where you'll this year be able to rent the various ships. Make sure to return to these kiosks as they are on a daily/bi-daily rotation. Invictus this year is not just about ships, but it's about the way that you customize your ships, how you create your own experience with
Okay, that's showing not placeholder flight blades. That was different colors of flight blades.
Here is not just about ships, but it's about the way that you customize your ships, how you create your own experience with your vehicles, and how you truly make your vehicles your own. So let's check out the Idris tour at Area 18 Central. As you walk and you look up, you can already see that the Idris is hanging straight above. We'll go towards the IO North Tower and take the elevators up. As we continue over the platform, we get met with the Idris itself. Please take some time to explore. I'm super excited about Invictus this year. I think we've done something a little bit unexpected. I think the way that everything came together really clicked this year. I hope that the players will also see the care and love that we put into making this year's Invictus special.
I mean, it's definitely different the way they're doing it.
Overall, 411 is a
showing 4
big
guns.
suite of ship combat content.
That looked like 4 size 3s, how fast they were firing. What do you think, 3s or 4s?
It's been a little while since we've gotten to do something like this. We've heard some of the criticism that sometimes we're FPS citizen.
4 size 3s with missiles?
Hope this
Why would I... Is there value? It must be like a future thing with like armor and killing things like hammerheads and, you know, Polarises and stuff like that, where like the size 5 weapon, the heavy ship with the big guns, just doesn't fit in the current PvP metas, right? But that Guardian is going to do nicely, probably.
goes some way to help address it.
Maybe not like be in a meta or whatever, but
sit on your shoulders.
I think it's a lot of pressure, but it's also very, very motivating. There's a lot of work to do, but we know we can do it. Just got to get it done.
What's the pressure of this patch? This seems like the least pressure-packed patch in terms of what they're delivering. Internally, this stuff must be a challenge. Because externally to the player, it's quite minor stuff. It's like, all right, you added a new mission type. They're cool. And I guess since we've had them for a couple weeks and they've just like generally worked, like the ambush and the patrol missions, cool, right? Nice addition to the game, but just a nice one. And then this silly event mission that'll end in a month and never come back. I don't know what the pressure is around that. I feel like Hathor was like crazy, right? Turnaround, obviously, because you got to do it in basically a month. This is Lars, who was on camera as Poet in chat with the blue hair. Turnaround and some new tech, specifically the comms notifications. Are the comms turned off on purpose, like the actual video, until you guys wanted us to see them? Because I've never seen anybody show up on the comms. We just hear them. That's a nice little touch if they did it that way to not spoil it.
And as you can see, this year's Invictus is going to operate just a little differently than years before. Now, in addition to the more than 60 new mission contracts being added to Alpha 411, there's also a new way to earn secondary currency for Wicklow and, in the future, his guild brethren, new ace pilots to test the mettle of our greatest flyers, and then, of course, our first tour of the Idris Peacekeeper and a more robust convention center than ever before. One that loses.
So Jared just hinted at the guild NPCs that will actually take that script in the future, which is awesome.
The rotating
holy stash. He needs to manscape, but it looks amazing.
Inventory to highlight all the ships arriving at this year's event simultaneously. There's also those new flight blades y'all have been talking about online, and even some weapon and item packs that'll let you breathe new life into it.
What about the Peacekeeper? All right, guys, hold on. We have a player in the chat. We have a payer in the chat. Idris Peacekeeper.
secondary currency for Wicklow and, in the future, his guild brethren, new ace pilots to test the mettle of our greatest flyers, and then, of course, our first tour of the Idris Peacekeeper and a more robust convention center than ever before. One that loses the rotating inventory to highlight all the ships arriving at this year's event simultaneously.
Yeah,
There's
I like
also
that.
those new flight blades y'all have been talking about online, and even some weapon and item packs that'll let you breathe new life into existing vehicles like never before.
Bro, how in the fuck are we putting a system into the game that will determine how we fly with zero testing? Zero. That's nuts to me. But I fucking love that shit too. As long as it doesn't break anything, I love being surprised. For once something comes into the game without knowing what it is exactly before it happens. It's going to break something, though, probably. But if it does, the worst thing that'll happen is we wait a month for another patch. It's not that big of a deal. No one spoiled flight blades for me. I do not know what exactly they do. I know what their previous plans were years ago. But
you can learn all about that stuff.
Guys, when I get off stream, like, I take a break from Star Citizen. I think a lot of people in the Star Citizen community that I've been around for years follow it in an extremely unhealthy way. I think a lot of you clack your keyboards and think that I follow it in an unhealthy way. I just want it to be good. So when I'm here, on stream, talking about it, playing it, whatever, I'm going, hey, I love this, more of this. For example, ambush missions. I mean, imagine a situation where there's a lot of ambushy-like locations around some of the major cargo hauling locations in the game. But I don't know about you guys, I like playing games that work now. So I kind of got over the games that don't work, and I just been playing those when I play games, and I don't know, playing hockey. I have a dog now, so running around, throwing a ball with her is my favorite thing to do in the world. So, yeah.
On the robertspaceindustries.com website as the event starts proper on May 15th. And then it continues to cycle through all of our manufacturers every 2 days until the end of the event. That part stays the same. For Inside Star Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee. Thanks for letting us share the people and process of game development with you. And we'll start learning about the last 4 vehicles making their debut at this year's event next week.
I know Jared doesn't give a shit what I think, but feedback-wise, I loved that it was ship sale video, game video, ship sale video. I love that. 4, maybe the Idris P. I know a lot of people are speculating it, but it was the Guardian. It was no, there's that other one that you guys keep saying in chat, right? That we saw in the video. Is he counting the vehicle as a 4th? Probably. 4 more? Maybe some pictures. Probably pictures.
And then the week after. It's a 2-week thing.
Jesus Christ. So they're going to do ship sale, gameplay, ship sale, ship sale. At least we get content every week. I'm not going to complain about that. TAC was last week. 1 minute later.
Oh.
No! All right. He's got to go. We need a new host. Get rid of him. Get rid of him. He's got to go.
And before I forget, the ISC team is hiring.
Not cinema. Why is the ISC team hiring? You don't make posts. What?
Before I forget, the ISC team is hiring. We're looking for 2 more of the game capture folks. Those people that make the B-roll and stuff. You get to work in the most broken builds imaginable for weeks before Evocati, and they're on NDA. So, and then you have to try to make unfinished stuff look great. It's legit some of the hardest work that we've got. But boy, is it cool and fun, and you get to work with some of the best people. Not me, but
Max. I'm assuming Max still works there. That guy's cool.
Others. You can find the listing at cloudimperiumgames.com/jobs. Hopefully it's right there at the bottom.
Is that why they're not making videos? Or do they need more people than they already have? Or did they lose people? What? I hope that's why. And that likely is why they've been so quiet. Right? Because usually if something happens and it is personnel related, they say nothing, and I love that about them. And then like things like Todd Pappy, right, happen, and they're forced to say something, but they prefer to keep shit quiet, which is nice.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Cool. Good luck. Hopefully we get more video soon then.
Okay, that's it.
Bye, Jared. All right, that was good. That was a good episode. I just obviously like this patch out of all the patches we've had this year feels like the one with the least stuff. Good. You know, we need the most bug fixes and less stuff. So, I don't know about you guys, but I'm fine with it. I'm totally fine with it. So hopefully that's good. Less content, more bug fixing. So yeah, that's what I want to see. And given, again, I said this earlier, there's no RC, the letters R and C listed on the patch notes that I've seen. So I think we have a little bit of time for them to continue to work on stuff. I've seen a lot of issues still in the game, but they're gradually working their way through them, and hopefully they get through a lot before the .1 comes out. And what's really nice is a lot of the ambush stuff, the patrol missions work. So they didn't have to do that much extra because they worked out of the gate, which was fantastic to see. And yeah, very little issues with them. So hopefully they could spend more time on actually getting the patch out. But about time we had like a normal ISC. It feels like home again. You know, maybe it wasn't the best episode in the world, you know, but it does. It feels like home. It was really nice. So I'm glad that we had one, and we'll be back to ship sale land next week. But it looks like some of those ships are really cool. So who knows? There might be I want to love the Guardian. I just didn't like the 2 size 5 guns. So maybe there'll be a Guardian in my future.